As of 2 hours ago, singer David, who had a 15-year-old girl's body found in his car, has been cleared from the suspect list.
Whatever he's doing is working because he is able to get somebody like David out of this jam. David is innocent by curse.
The David case will go down as one of the most insane and widely predicted cases of all time, because apparently everyone knew about it and some even predicted it. And no, I'm not kidding. But before we get into all the new information, let me do a quick little recap. So 8 days ago, I made a video titled How David Lost Everything in 24 Hours. And in that video, I talked about the beginning stages of the David case with the limited information that we had at the moment, which was how a body of a young girl named Celeste was found in David's car, and how a bunch of people online had been speculating that they had been dating. And of course, while all of this was still unfolding, David had literally been on tour away at the time, and during that time, that was the only information that we had known in the moment. However, in the short time span of only a week, thousands of videos have popped up across social media, with some even proving people had known about this insane situation years before it actually got exposed.
That's what makes this whole thing so weird too. Like, how are you gonna sit there and know this at most 20 to 22-year-old man is talking to a 15-year-old and say nothing? Weirdo. That's how. Weird people.
There's also been a ton of videos popping up online of people saying that David is innocent, and today we're gonna talk about it. So almost immediately after the David case went mainstream and he canceled his current tour, people that had known David went online and started exposing him. Because as some of you may remember from the last video, David's career pretty much started from the gaming space, and most people in these gaming spaces and communities usually use Discord, which is how a lot of these people had close knowledge of him. And from the last video, I remember briefly showing some of these tweets from X, and since that time, we now have some further information on them. For example, this tweet that was posted September 17th says that TMZ confirms that this photo shows singer David near the area where the victim lived before she disappeared. The user who posted this alleges that David was paying people to keep Celeste's age a secret. And I remember that when I first saw this tweet, I was a little skeptical whether or not this could be real, but now people have dug up a video on TikTok of someone in 2024 going over this picture, and they kind of say the same thing.
Popular artist got caught giving thousands of dollars to kids. Now, why did he do this? To hide his little secret of him dating a minor. Yup. Who knows if he's still dating this minor? And people commenting, proof, proof. Why the f else would he randomly go unnoticed, no one knows about this, to meet kids, bring them canes, give them thousands of dollars? Why else would he do that? Why else would any celebrity do that? You know exactly why. And I'm not just guessing here. This is a picture from someone who knew the girl, and they told me this story.
And by the way, guys, this video...
The fact that that was in a whole year ago. That video was a year ago, and this information is just now coming out. A bunch of people are just now talking about it. How did this sweep under the radar like that? First of all, it was weird. Regardless, innocent if he didn't, you know, he is still a weirdo. We are paying off kids right now. Not we. Whoa, not we. He is paying off kids in order to talk to an underage girl. Mind you, he is a celebrity. He is a celeb. Basically, any girl he wants that is of age. Why are we chasing after minors? Again, that we word is frying me. Why is he chasing after minors? And why are people so just under the radar about this when we have videos talking about it from years ago? Well, a year ago.
Video was made December 14th, 2024, which is like a whole 9 months before this situation even went viral. And now all the comments on this TikTok are from like 3 days ago of people saying, why didn't this go viral? And you were ahead of your time. And truthfully, you could go through these comments and laugh, but when you put it into context that somebody actually died from this situation, it makes the whole thing a lot sadder, because it actually makes you wonder, if this had gone viral back then, could this have saved her life? Because it's not as if he was the only one to call it out, because while people were looking all throughout David's old videos and lurking through the comments, people found a comment from a random alt account that's specifically calling out David for this situation. And this random comment is from February 26, 2024, which is so long ago. So if we were to scroll down David's TikTok and go all the way to February 2024 and click on this specific video right here with the caption, "Me to everyone I tricked into thinking this was a love song," and you scroll down in the comment section until you see a comment by Robin Rivers that says, "Waiting for LAPD to get your nuts for messing with a 13-year-old girl. And this was in 2024, February 26th. And to once again give you some perspective, that was about a year and a half ago before this entire situation went public. And of course, seeing that, it always begs the question that if someone had taken that comment a little bit more serious and investigated it a little bit, maybe the girl Celeste could have been saved. On a side note, they've also somehow made this Robin River person kind of famous, because obviously before this person had 0 following and 0 followers, but after this comment blew up, they now have basically 200,000 followers. But seeing all these different comments like spread throughout David's posts and the different posts on Twitter and TikTok, it just boggles my mind just how many people actually knew about the situation before she died. Now, in terms of David himself, the guy hasn't been arrested yet or named a suspect in the case. However, one of his houses in LA has been raided by the police, and I'm pretty sure that shortly after David's house or apartment he was renting was raided by the police, David abruptly broke his lease and moved out of the $4 million mansion.
The Sun reports that D4vd left his Hollywood Hills mansion, which had been rented through his manager on a $20,000 a month lease starting in February 2024, after the home was raided by police on September 17. During the raid, officers collected potential evidence from the property, and the lease was suddenly broken as the singer and his manager moved out.
So yeah, that's pretty much all.
I mean, what can you say? That's what all innocent people do, right? I mean, when you're accused of a crime, when you're accused of being with a minor, obviously the smart thing to do is to move out of that house after police have raided it so that you can make yourself look even more innocent. This dude, even if he isn't the one that happened to off her, then he is still a complete weirdo for being, you know, into minors and going out of his way continuously to try and be with a minor. But obviously moves like this shows that, in my personal opinion, obviously this is all alleged. Alleged. He knew something about this. How could you... What else are you supposed to speculate? Out of every single action he makes being a worse and worse move to make himself seem closer and closer to this crime, while he is actively trying to move himself and disconnect himself away from this, when that's not what's happening to a normal eye.
All the information we've heard about David himself since the incident was announced, of course, beside the time that people said they caught him playing Fortnite only a couple days after the allegation first went public.
He just don't care. He just don't care.
There's no way he's playing Fortnite right now. Oh my God. There's actually no way he's on 4. You guys are laughing. That's insane. How? Show me the proof, please. You got a win 2 days ago? Dude, what the fuck? He played a game of Fortnite yesterday. You got a win 2 days ago? Dude.
So yeah, that's a little insane. But because, like I mentioned earlier, that David hasn't been named a suspect yet or arrested, a lot of people are starting to think that he's innocent. If you were to go on TikTok and type in David is innocent, you would see that over the past 48 hours, there have been an insane uptick of videos saying this being posted on TikTok. You even have people claiming now on TikTok that David is no longer a suspect in his case.
As of 2 hours ago, singer David, who had a 15-year-old girl's body found in his car, has been cleared from the suspect list. How does this happen? I have zero idea, but it happened. LAPD really looked at all this evidence, her name in all the songs, her name tatted on him, the pictures of them, the videos of her backstage, and just said, you know what? Nah, he's cool. Like, bro, who is this man David's lawyer? Is it Jay Yoma? Like, what is going on? I just can't wrap my head around it. All these things, songs, videos, pictures, tattoos.
For starters, whatever this guy is saying is misinformation, because David hasn't been found innocent and there hasn't even been a case on this yet.
Well, I was about to say, he said Jay Oma, bro, has Saul Goodman as his lawyer for him to get out of that at all. If this was true, and they weren't even looking into him anymore, they didn't know, they was just going to be like, hey man, I mean, it can't be David. He would literally have the best lawyer, and that lawyer would get booked religiously for any next crime that happened to anybody, because obviously whatever he's doing is working, because he is able to get somebody like David out of this jam that is obvious with all the evidence pointing towards him. He would be the best lawyer to ever touch down. Thank goodness that's not the case, and it's just misinformation. But if it was, that is very worrisome.
Everything is still super early in the investigation, and there hasn't been any type of statement from anybody. So yeah, he's completely just using this fake information to farm engagement. And I'd be lying if I said he was the only one doing it. Since the case has gotten so much publicity online, and people have seen it get views on pretty much any platform, people are now purposefully spreading misinformation in order to engagement farm. I even came came across this one guy's page who made a David diss track and has been nonstop spreading this David is innocent misinformation ever since he had one video blow up.
So they just confirmed that David ain't no suspect to the case. So I just wanted to say that I do not give a fuck.
Oh boy, what on earth are we doing? Did he seriously just break out in a song and dance? And I really hope you guys don't think that was his only video on the topic, because you would be unbelievably wrong. Since the David case has come out, he has made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 videos talking about—
Don't get me wrong, I'm in the boat that you're fine to make videos about certain topics, especially stuff like David, so people can have more awareness and more people can know about it, but it kind of just washes out and takes out all the seriousness in this actual topic. Somebody has lost their life, a family has lost their child, a mother is grieving. This man is over here trying to promote a diss track. Are we serious? No human decency? It's cool to talk about it once, make your one video giving your take, especially if you're a big influencer and people truly want to know how you feel about it, even though it's going to be the exact same washed opinion of this is bad, he's a weirdo for being in the minors, and nobody deserves to have something like this happen to them. Go ahead and make your video, make your take. I mean, heck, I'm doing it right now by reacting to this video, but then to sit there and try to farm off of it, you're a weirdo. You're a weirdo. You're a weird person.
His David diss track. And ever since this specific one has blown up, it's just been the same format of him saying that David is innocent, which is misinformation, and then breaking out in the song and dance.
Okay. I see y'all's comments about me dragging the David situation a little too much, but to be honest, I don't really get no fuck.
Absolute insanity. But that's the state of the world right now.
Absolute weirdo behavior by some of the people used in this situation. But at the same time, spreading misinformation that he's innocent is pretty insane. I would like people to instantly notify that, hey, David is not innocent. Obviously, I'll probably use it on my side, I'm not gonna lie. But this is a one-time thing. And I'm gonna tell y'all immediately, he is not actually innocent. Just like Kerr said in his video showing that he's not really an innocent person. And if people are just genuinely spreading misinformation to be completely weird and clout hungry, and then literally forming off of it as if that's not also pretty odd. This video is pretty interesting though, and the David case hopefully will get solved at some point without a lot of internet interference, because I'm assuming the police who actually are raiding houses, gathering evidence, are gonna have more to know about the case than anybody on the internet. I've been seeing a lot of comments on the internet already of people talking about, we've been solved this case like a week ago, when I don't see them going out and raiding people's houses, collecting cameras, phones, laptops, or anything like that. But that's just how I feel. And if this is your first time on this channel, then you should definitely subscribe and tell me how you feel in the comment section down below, because the video is unfortunately over. But if you did enjoy this video, maybe get sure to give it a like. And if you enjoy content like this, then you should definitely subscribe. And if you don't know, I have a main channel as well, you should subscribe to that. But that's enough for me. I'll meet you guys in the next one. Peace out.